What's up, everybody? It's the Kenner Collector here. In this episode, I'm going to unbox this holy grail. I never thought I'd be able to acquire this figure. I'm super psyched to add this to my collection. I was able to win this at auction for a fair price. Let's go ahead and check out what grail I recently added to my vintage Kenner Star Wars collection. Let's check it out right now. All right, so I've been on the lookout for one of these vintage Star Wars action figures for a long time. We're going to go ahead and open up this package that just arrived of this figure that I recently won at auction. There's a couple of different variants of this figure out there. But first off, I kind of want to showcase this without blowing what it is, like I did on my last unboxing video from the Jeff Jacobs collection, the Lando that I received. So let's go ahead and open up this. Okay. See what we got in here. All right. So this is actually a graded figure. My favorite bounty hunter, Boba Fett, with the removable rocket. Look how sick that is. And not only does he have the removable rocket, let's see if I can get this off of here, but you'll notice this is a different variation of the removable rocket. You know, most commonly, I think when you look at these removable rocket Boba Fett's, that everybody thinks of the Lily Letty version. There are some other ones out there, since this was a factory error where they didn't actually sonically weld or glue the rocket into the back of Boba Fett right here. So the rocket's actually able to come detached from the action figure. And let's go ahead and go into the light box and see what makes this action figure different from the other removable rocket Boba Fett's. All right, so any of you that know the removable rocket Boba Fett story, whether it's a Lily Letty, a Hong Kong, this version, other variants or versions, this was just a basic factory error. They did not sonically weld the rocket into his jetpack or glue it in place so that it was unable to come out. There's a lot of ones out there loose and stuff where people like forcibly remove the rockets. That's not a legit removable rocket Boba Fett. It needs to come out very easily just by twisting and pulling out, which is why I recommend getting one graded and not buying one loose. You don't know if it's legit. It's been forced out. There's a little tab on the rocket I'll show in a second that gets damaged. There's other ways to find out if it's legit or not. But let's go ahead and check out what makes this even more rare and the story of the rocket. All right, so this variant of the removable rocket Boba Fett that I was able to acquire was a Palatoy Boba Fett that came with this more light gray coloration. These were sold over in the UK, Europe, and you can see right away when you go to look at the rocket, look how loose this thing is. It's coming up and down. It even twists a little bit, but it's still sonically welded enough to where you can't twist it and pull it out without damaging the rocket or the casing on the inside of his jetpack. So a lot of these European tri-logo Fetts like this, these come with the rocket that's very loose. And really the only difference is with the legit removable rocket, it was not welded or glued in place, and you're able to twist this and pull it right out, and it comes out very easily. And those are the legit ones. So let's go ahead and check out the graded one I just received. All right, so right here you can see this is a 1979 Palatoy Boba Fett with removable rocket, factory error. Like I said, these were all factory errors. They did not intentionally make any of these to have the removable rocket because it would have been a choking hazard or a toy hazard, just like the rocket firing prototypes that go for insane amounts of money. So this is a no COO one-line CPG figure and was rated 80 loose, 81.4 grade back in 2019 by CAS. So, and you can see again here, see if I can get a good, the rocket's kind of moving around, but you can see there's kind of this tab on the bottom part of the rocket right here. You can see how minty and perfect that little tab is. If this had been forcibly removed, that tab would be all jacked up. And then some of these that were welded but still be able to be removed, there's actually welding marks on the rocket as well. So you don't want any bad things to, when you're looking at a removable rocket, you want this rocket to look perfect just like this. That's how you know it's legit. If it's got any markings on it, if that tab is screwed up at all or anything like that, it's not a legit factory error removable rocket Boba Fett. And AFA or CAS will not even grade those. They will only grade these types of figures that are in mint condition, that the rocket was able to be removed without damaging anything. So super pumped to add this to my collection. This might be my favorite piece, right next to the Vinyl Cape Jawa graded figure that I have. These are probably the two coolest figures that I've added to my collection. So if you can find one of these at a decent price, it's extremely rare and hard to find like I did. Go ahead and snag one if you're into these types of variants and factory error type stuff. When you've been collecting as long as I can, you run out of options and you need to scratch that itch and continue collecting. So these are the types of rabbit holes you'll go down. So so enjoy your collecting out there, everybody. Appreciate you tuning in. And lastly, I added this really cool Bestman Cloud City backdrop. You got some security guards back there with Han Solo and Carbonite. And the reason I picked this one instead of the Lily Letty removable rocket is I'm a huge fan of the Palatoy or the European tri-logo, different colorations on this Fett. You can see the really cool light gray color on him. And I've never come across one of these Palatoy ones with the removable rocket factory error variant. So when I saw this, I had to have it. So collect what you want. The Little Eddies are badass. Any of these removable rocket Fetts are badass. They just look so cool in the casing. So keep hunting out there, and good luck, everybody. And that's a wrap on this week's episode. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. Throw a like on this, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, it really helps support the channel so I can make more of these fun vintage kind of Star Wars videos for y'all. Thanks again, and enjoy the rest of your weekend and collect the Kenner.